It was no longer simply a thing that obeyed. It was keeper. 3. The guardian of the valley. The garden grew. It stretched beyond its once pristine borders, where once tamed roots curled wild, where gentle brooks became coursing rivers, where flowers gave way to towering pines. Seasons turned the land over and over again, and in its long tending, the forest guardian changed as well. The shape of its body shifted. Where once it bore arms like slender boughs, it grew sturdy as oak trunks. The clay of its form darkened, taking on the hue of damp earth, thick with the life it nurtured. Tendrils of root wove into its frame, its joints no longer mere carved stone, but a living lattice of moss and bark. The markings upon its limbs faded, overtaken by the vines that wound over it. It was no longer a construct, it was something more. The creatures of the valley, once inhabitants of a mere garden, became its children. The beetles and the bears, the maggots and the mushrooms, the quick and the still, the hunter and the hunted. It tended them all. The valley whispered its name in rustling reeds and creaking timber. The folk who lived beyond its borders came to know of it, though few ever saw more than the shifting of earth and moss seemingly running like water before it is still as the stones that littered the valley floor. But nonetheless, an uprooted tree moved from a river's path, a stone cradled away from where it might crush a sapling, a dying deer borne away on limbs older than time's count. They spoke of a god among the green places, of a thing neither man nor beast nor spirit, but all three entwined, and for an age peace held. 4th, the blood of old masters, but peace is fleeting. One day the elves returned, not as caretakers nor wanderers, but as sons and daughters of the master long gone. They came not to visit, but to claim. Where once their elder had grown flowers, they saw soil ripe for harvesting. Where once there had been a mere garden, they saw a valley teeming with lumber, with quarry stone, with untouched wealth. And as they had been taught, they deemed all things of their blood as theirs by right. They brought axes, magic, and will. They did not expect the valley to fight back. The first who dared fell trees that had stood for 1,000 years. The roots beneath them moved. The very earth wept and raged. The river they had relied upon ran dry in the span of a breath, diverted by the will of nature itself, her waters flooding their camp instead. Their fires were smothered before they could be lit. They thought it a curse.